Okay, hi, welcome everyone to this video. In this video, I want to show you, I want to start showing you some tools, and we want to work on a project, right? Okay, I want to work towards a project. For example, like this. Here is here we have a simple web form where we can just enter like a temperature. For example, a temperature in Celsius will be 90. You can press a convert button. And what do we do? 90 Celsius becomes 194 Fahrenheit. So we can make simple web forms like these to so-called, and you can press a button and voila, the code behind will do something. So this gives the user a way to interact with your web page. So this is the most basic of ways where we have a web form like this. Okay, a web form like this where we can so-called we can so-called what do you call that? We can go and we can enter a value, and then we can save it into the code behind the web page, and then we perform calculations and we churn out something like this. So 90 Celsius equals 194 Fahrenheit. So for that to happen, we'll need to learn a few more things, including what we've done before, learning about classes and namespaces, right? So and just a reminder, this is for people who have no idea really on very little coding background. Okay, so if you already have coding background, this set of videos is not for you. But if you don't, then you'll be learning the tools to learn make your web pages and web applications right here. So before I continue, I just want to show you, this. I've actually made this web page behind the scenes, so to speak, behind the videos as I learn .NET Core, and then as I learn, I show you how I got there, and hopefully that reminds me what to do in coding, and also it's helpful for you in your learning journey. Okay, so here I'm on. As you can see, I've actually saved two versions of the same web page, okay, using Git branch. So I'm going to use Git branch a lot more. I think I might use it a lot more in the next few videos. And here is some documentation about Git branch. All right, and Git branch is one of the documents I'll use, one of the things I'll use very often, and Git checkout as well, which helps you to navigate between the branches. Okay, what is a branch? All right, well, let's try to use LibreOffice, which is the free version it's a free Office software suite. Okay, let's say you have a file, and then I'll just save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's say this is your code. So I will usually save maybe under documents, or maybe I'll just save it here, example code. I'll call this example code, right? And then let's say you code a little bit more. Okay, let's say you code a bit more, all this nonsense code, and then you save it. All right, and then somehow you back it up to your Git repository, right? All right. So let's say this code gets very long. I just give you the example what actually happens. Why am I doing this? Okay, let's say if you take a look at my pages and you vim the test page CSHTML, you'll see that I have a lot of code here in the beginning that it's useful to look at, like for reference and stuff in future, but at the end of the day, I don't really want this code around anymore in my main web page. I want to get rid of it, right? I want to get rid of it and replace it with something else, right? I want to replace it with something else. I want to replace it with something else and save like a new version. So if you want to do so-called save as a new version in LibreOffice Writer, okay, what you will normally do is to say, I have okay, hold on, I should not delete all this first. what I'll do usually if I want to save a new version and edit that new version, I will usually just do a simple save as. I'll call this example code 2, and what I'll do, I'll just delete all of this. Okay, so this is my code in example version 2. Okay, so I have example code 1, which has all my old code, and then example code 2, where I clean everything up, and then I want to replace that old code by something new and more elegant, so to speak. So what do I do? Okay, so the main tools to do that, and I'll use this as an analogy, the main tools to do that is git branch and git checkout. Alright, and you'll be doing what we are doing here, like we are saving two versions of the same document. Alright, two versions of the same document, except instead of saving the document, we'll be saving the entire folder. Right, we'll be saving the entire folder. So the tools again are git branch and git checkout. So let me bring us back to a starting point. I'll use git checkout main. Okay, please commit changes before. I don't want to commit changes. Checkout experimental. Okay. Then git checkout main. Let me remove. Git reset hard. Yes, okay. That's the easiest way. Alright, let me git checkout main. Alright, and this is the main version of the code. Okay, this is the main version of the code. Alright, this is the main version of the code. This was where we last left off in the last video, and then I kind of made a different branch. So let me show you how I make branches now. Right? Let me show you how I make branches. So what I do is this, okay? Git branch. Okay, git branch is the way you use the git, how you make branches and how you delete branches. So for example, I want to make a branch called Celsius temp converter, and this branch will only have code for Celsius temperature converter. So I can press enter, and then how do I check out all the branches that I have? I can just use git branch. Okay, when I use git branch, you will see what branches I have. One is the main, one is the experimental, which is literally where I experiment with code, and one is Celsius temperature converter, which is the new branch I just made. So what we'll be doing when we made a new branch? Okay, when we made a new branch, it's as good as us going to the old, let's say this document here, this example code, and when I make a new branch, what I'm doing is I'm saving the current file folder as, and then I'm saving this maybe as example code 3, or more like it's instead of saving it as example code 3, I'm saving it as maybe Celsius temperature converter, for example. Okay, so this is like making a new branch is like saving the old file as this new file, so to speak. Right? So I can close this, and then the next question you ask me is, how do I navigate to that branch? So to navigate to that branch, I use the thing called git checkout. Git checkout Celsius temp converter. So when I git checkout to this branch, then yeah, I'm able to navigate over here. So to navigate between branches, use the git checkout, and then you type the branch name. So I go back to main, I will use the git checkout main. To go to the other branch, I'll use git checkout whatever the new branch name is. So the new branch name is Celsius temperature converter. So that will change it to this branch. Okay. Now, so let me navigate to the main branch. Okay, let me navigate to the main branch, and let's say I'm not happy with the new branch and I want to delete it. Okay, so how do I delete branches? So to delete branches, use git branch -d, and then I want to delete, let's say, the Celsius temperature converter. You can use tab auto completion like I just did. If I'm not happy with the branch, I can use git branch -d for delete Celsius temperature converter. Okay, so now we deleted Celsius temperature converter, and when we use git branch, we only see two branches left, main and experimental. So again, let me demonstrate how to make a new branch. Git branch Celsius temperature converter, and to delete, git branch -d Celsius temperature converter. So it's very easy to make a new branch and delete a new branch. So when we make a new branch, we are able to add and commit there, and it will not, all those changes there will not affect the main branch. And that's the brilliant thing about branches. We can save many versions of the same folder, okay, under different branches. Okay, so that people can work on different branches independently. That's how it's used in the professional coding world. But for us, we can actually use it to save many different versions of the same file. And that's what I'm going to use it for anyway. Okay, so let's do a git branch Celsius temperature converter, and I will check out that branch. Okay, means to say I will navigate to this branch, and I will navigate to this branch, and anything I add and commit here will be committed to this branch rather than the main branch that I was on just now. So to navigate back to main, remember, you can do this git checkout main. To navigate to this new branch, you can do git checkout, and then what is your new branch name? So Celsius temperature converter. So this will help you to navigate between branches. Okay, so what do I want to do with this branch? Okay, I literally want to clean everything up and have nothing else but the Celsius to temperature converter page. Okay, so I have all this here, and I just want to delete it off. So find dd, and I'll keep repeating until I get rid of all of this, because I don't really need any of this. This temperature conversion also, I don't really need it anymore. In fact, this whole function thing here, I do not need it anymore. Object declaration, I also want to delete. This as well, I want to delete. Okay, so we start off at a very clean page. Okay, and let's go on to the next one. We have nothing there, and the only new thing we have is this unit conversion CS, where we have temperature conversion function right here. All right, temperature conversion function. Over here we have a Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion function. Okay, so yeah, how do we like proceed? Of course, we can git add this test page CS_HTML. We commit it. Okay, we do a cleanup, so to speak. Okay, of course we can push it. All right, so if you have made a new branch on your local Git repository, and then you want to push it to the what do you call that? The GitHub repository here, which is the cloud repository. Right, cloud repository is over here. All right, and over here you can navigate to the branches that you have. Over here you see only main and experimental. So how do you push it to how do you push a branch in your local repository to a branch in your what do you call that, main in your cloud repository? So we use git push, and then we type origin usually, and then we use origin, which is the cloud repository. Origin represents the entire cloud repository in our case. Then you can name the name of your branch in the origin. So Celsius temp converter. Okay, so this is how you would do it. Okay, if you are not sure and you want to check out what branches there are in the cloud repository, you can use git checkout -a. Oh, git branch -a, sorry. Git branch dash a. So you can see there's Celsius converter, there's experimental, there's main, and these are the local repositories. Whereas remote origin main, remote origin experimental, okay. So these are the so-called what do you call that? These are the branches in the cloud repository. So whenever you see this remote means whatever's on the cloud, right? So the name of the remote repository is called origin. We just like to call it origin, okay. And then we have the main branch, and then we have an experimental branch. Now we want to bring a Celsius temp converter branch. So we use what we are doing just now, git push Celsius temp converter, and then this will push it to the git push origin Celsius temp converter. Okay, git push origin Celsius temp converter, and then I'll type in my username and password. All right, and then we'll be able to do our business. Okay, so you just have to type in username and password here. Okay, so I will skip this part, and yeah, I should skip. Okay, but yeah, I will actually okay, this thing I will delete. I'll close this. Yeah, but the command here to make the new branch in your cloud repository is git push origin, then whatever the branch name on your cloud repository is. Then you have to enter your username and password, and that's it. Yeah, I will not show this process because yeah, that will have to, I'll have to retrieve my GitHub tokens and stuff, which I don't want to do it on video. But yeah, this is how you would do it if you want. So I will just I mean, by the time there's the next video, then you will be able to see a new branch being created, okay, when I execute this exact command here. All right, git push origin, then the name of your branch. So I'll stop the video now, and then I will sort of yeah, show you what the results look like in the next video. Thanks for watching.